Brian, a lot of plant owners want to make more use of field intelligence, but they lack a big budget. What advice can you give them?
One of the things I would look at would be the Emerson wireless solution for their actuators. With the wireless solution, you're able to free up information from the actuator. An actuator today in your plant may just be discretely controlled or just a 4 to 20 milliamp control. With a wireless solution, you can get all the information that's available from the actuator back on the wireless connection.
Okay, so what kind of information is then available?
You're going to have diagnostic information. You're going to have additional information on the health and the status of the actuator. This information could be not only the open position, closed position, its intermediate position, 0 to 100%. You could also get information pertaining to thermal overloads for the motor, open torque switch, closed torque switch, the local off remote selector switch.
Now you make it sound very simple, but what steps were involved then in practical terms?
For EIM actuators, and this would include the HQ series, the M2CP, and the Tech 2000, you will be installing a HART CAM module, communications adapter module, into the actuator. You will be attaching a Rosemont thumb to the actuator. You will then configure the actuator to operate via network control, install a gateway in your control room, and there you go.
Now, is there any limit then to the number of devices that can be added?
You can add easily up to 100 devices. The more devices you have on the network, the more efficient it becomes. The network itself is a self-healing network. It will actually self-determine the most efficient communication paths from the various actuators back to the gateway.
Now this sounds like a very expensive solution. So how much investment is actually required?
You have the actuators in place already. So after that, it's a matter of putting the thumb and the card onto the actuator. With the wireless solution, you do not have to worry about doing a site survey. You do not have to worry about extra conduit, extra cable, additional wiring. You're using wireless technology. And as I mentioned before, with this wireless technology, the wireless devices themselves are actually determining the most efficient communication path back to the gateway.
Now you just said that you don't have to worry about things like cabling, etc. But do you have to worry about security issues?
Security is taken care of as part of the solution. We have end-to-end 128-bit encryption from the device all the way back to the gateway. We also have a whitelist in the gateway. Essentially, these are the gateway will have a list of devices that it can communicate to. If somebody tries to communicate to the gateway that's not on that list, not happening. Also have separate join keys and network keys. Okay, these can be fixed or they can actually be automatically updated and changed. So it gives you a big piece of security there. Okay, we have integrity. Okay, what are we doing? We're actually checking the communication to make sure it's a valid piece of communication. So we're not dealing with partial messages coming from the device or from the gateway out to the actuator. Also, there are some anti-jamming techniques. So if somebody sits near the plant and tries to jam the signal, it's just not going to happen.
Now, it sounds like you're very passionate about the wireless technology, so you really think this is something that end users should consider?
This is something they should consider. It gives them full access to their actuator. It can be for block mode, open, close. It can be for modulating or go to a position from 0 to 100%. It will also give them feedback.
Okay, so a lot of advantages?
A lot of advantages.